It's the Date Master. We're back. We're going to chop up some game yet again. As I always tell you, to be observant when you can. Pay attention, study game. So we're going to discuss male dating strategies versus female dating strategies. So if you haven't noticed, again, I'd like you to use social media as your primary basis for research, because what you will notice as far as social media platforms are concerned, they have an abundance of people on them, endless amounts of people. So with that being said, you can see some of the behaviors, some of the thought processes, some of the practices that a certain particular group of people display. You can see this in real time. So I always tell you to always go to social media now, because you're in the social media age. Social media influences everything. This is how you have 6-figure, 7-figure, maybe even 8-figure people on the internet that are social media influencers. They have the power of influence by via their platform, products, perspective, whatever the case may be. So when you look at the dating strategies from the male and the female, you notice that now you see some men attempting to use female dating strategies, such as the sexual beacon, to where you try to look sexy in the camera, taking pictures with your shirt off, showing your dick prints. You guys do these feminine things to get the attraction of women or the attention of women, in the same fashion that women will post thirst traps, bikinis, thongs, boy shorts. You know the spiel. But you must understand how their strategies differ from your strategies. A lot of men go the traditional route, which is using their money and mouthpiece. From a male dating perspective, our effort has to be a little bit more tactful. You can't just, women say they want you to be truthful and honest. They really do not want that. They want you to be truthful and honest when it feels good to them. If your feelings are genuine, if you profess that you love her, that is when she wants it to be honest and truthful. But as far as the approach, she wants to feel some type of chase. A lot of women, they like to be chased. Other women, they like to be the chaser. They like to be the aggressor because they're more masculine. But the dating strategies that women use, I would give you a few examples. One, again, the sexual beacon, posting thirst traps, pictures. And you must look at the consistency in which these type of photos are posted. I mean, you have a woman whose profile or page is nothing but selfies, pictures of herself. That is an intention whore. Because if you were to ask a woman, why do you post these type of pictures on social media? She won't be able to tell you any type of logical answer. But we can give her a logical outcome, right? So she would say, well, why would you post these type of pictures? This is a moment. This is a moment in time that I captured. It doesn't hold any value. And again, it's just a picture. But to me, it is, again, a moment in time. For you, this is a symbol or a signal to shoot your shot. Again, I believe women know that social media is their playground because so many men come at them from all different angles, whether it's the DM, whether it's the comment section, whether it's just going up under the page and leaving comments. Men go at women at different angles, at different frequencies, and women have become accustomed to this. A day without attention from a man for a woman who is considering herself beautiful or the shit, that would be a hard day for her. That would be a hard day for her because men give their attention so easily. It makes the dating process it doesn't hold any value. It doesn't give you the feeling of old. If you're in your 30s, you back in your 20s and early teens, you had to really talk to a woman. You had to know how to talk on the phone for hours. You had to know how to connect with her to where she would fall, she would be into you via your personality. Looks matter, but your personality is what drew her in. Um, Also, female dating tactics are generic conversation that really puts her on a pedestal in a sense. She will make a conversation about a certain profile of a woman, but she would be speaking indirectly about herself, and she would draw men in to give their opinions, perspectives, feedback, whatever the case may be. And what she does, she goes through the profile of men who leave these comments, or for the men who are a little bit more sneaky, you have men who won't comment on the post. They'll go straight to the DM. Again, I'm not knocking. This is just what happens. You have some men that say, I'm not going to say that for the public to read, but I will send it via DM. So again, women know how to, use their social media and use their personalities on social media to fish. They know how to fish a certain archetype of men. They know how to disregard or block a certain archetype of men. The other one is curving, social media curving, in which a woman basically she specifies her type in a message. Like I said in my previous video, you have women who make posts such as "Good morning, all men that with dad bods and beards and this type of stuff." So what they do with this is they pretty much give themselves value, and they give the type of man that they would consider palatable for her. The man that would be, this is the type of man that would fall for me because these are the type of men that are giving me all of these crazy dreams. Men, there's this phrase called you sell her a dream, in which you selling a dream is nothing more than building or positioning a fantasy for her. Baby, I'll take you out. We can go to the yayo. I'll pay your car note. I'll do all of these things for you to give you a certain feeling. This is what selling her a dream is. That feeling could be of sexual pleasure, financial security, physical security, emotional security. The list goes on. There's no, different women are in different spaces. They may want different things that are priority at certain times in their life because their dating life is like a roller coaster. It goes up and down. But yes, they do the social media curving, but again, they send a message and they specify type to, again, circumvent that type of man to her DM or to shoot their shot because she's now putting herself back on the market. Let's look at some male dating strategies. See, men, most men, their dating strategy is all backwards. We're taught to pursue a woman. We have to, show her this absurd amount of attention and validation and affection. That's how you got to keep your wife happy. You got to do this. No. You keep your woman happy by keeping yourself happy. I guarantee you won't see a happy woman with an unhappy man. You won't see a happy woman with an unhappy man. She will be content for a while because he may have just done a favor or done a gesture to show his affection and his dedication to her. She'll like it, but that won't be enough. That will not be enough. So men tend to, again, jump in the DM doing this, committing. We go through these girlfriend stints to where we get a girl and treat her as close to a wife as we can. We pay for everything. A lot of men go great lengths even to shack up, create, children without officially marrying the woman. This creates discontent for her because she's expecting something. She thinks she has you in the bag. And a lot of women, again, turn bitter because of past experiences from men who have sold them dreams in which they bought. Again, I do not fault the tiger for mauling a human when it gets into its territory. So again, if all is fair in love is war, where they say women can choose up, you weren't doing enough, she can leave. Again, this goes both ways, but you must understand how media has conditioned us to only see things from one point of view. Two things can be true at the same time. A certain particular group of women can have a gripe, which will be legitimate. Certain particular men can have a gripe, which will be legitimate. Women have a misconception that things is just supposed to go their way because they, again, think they're better than the men that they date. They're taught this. Get a man that worships you. She does. She wants the boyfriend when it's convenient. Oh, I got him. Yeah, it's boyfriend time now. I got him. Let me put my hooks in him. Let me get him locked in. So all of his efforts will go towards satisfying my needs and wants. You must do the opposite. Your effort should go to satisfying your needs and wants. You have to keep getting better and better and better. See, men have a tendency to just want to stagnate out and say, you know what, I'm fat, I got it good, I'm going bald, this, that, and the third. You have to optimize your flaws and your strengths, and you have to enhance them the best way you know how, which would be in the gym, your style, your energy, your confidence, because we all have flaws. Most people cover their flaws every chance they get. Women in particular, again, the beauty industry is in the $1 trillion profit margin. They're making billions globally. So your strategy, again, is flawed because you're, again, taught to over pursue. You also use money because you catch a rat with cheese. You catch a bird with bread, and so on and so on. So again, the guys who have the money, again, they have these phrases, it's not tricking if you got it, all of these. Again, if you want a trick or whatever the case may be, I'm not going to fault you, but we'll call it what it is. And it does play a role in the overall dating market. But the thing is, this man really, you would think we would have a sense of unity with where we would work kind of uniform, striving to be in the same brackets, and when it comes to finance, morality, things like that, as other cultures, because that is how they control their women. See, we have a diverse group of men that have their own codes and laws that they abide by. Some men have a cutthroat, put myself first by any means. Some men have a toxic loyalty to things they know will destroy them, but they're so loyal that they cannot help themselves, and they end up a casualty of their own loyalty. They end up a casualty of their own dedication to a code or a law that ultimately does not benefit them. So we have a lot of different personalities and outlooks in the male space, black, white, or other. So that is why we have all of these different type of women having these anecdotal experiences, and they use that experience as the barometer. Okay, well, I got this guy who made say, oh, you guys, you got to meet this now. You cannot blame her. She's been exposed. No different if you were exposed to a certain level of information or education. You cannot disregard it and go back and say, I want to get a lower level of education. Your environment. So if you're a man looking to optimize your dating strategies, your environment, and it starts with yourself. Another male dating strategy we use is the flossing of material items. Women use social media a certain way. We use it a certain way. So showing off these material possessions, we know it is a symbol of having financial access or financial wealth or abundance. So we know women like things. They like things. They like people. So if you have the items that represent a lifestyle in which she would like to live, that is a good mating strategy to use. This is not a knock. See, we like to knock things we can't do, and we like to knock things that other people have that we don't. What worked for you may not work for them, and what works for them may not work for you. But at the end of the day, the male dating strategies versus the female dating strategies is simply It is in a woman's court when it comes to getting the attention. It is in a man's court when it comes to retention, if it is going to be something that is ongoing. But men have made themselves so disposable. Women look at you as, I, again, the red flag video. She say if you sneeze or breathe wrong, she's going to get rid of you. That should tell you she's already living in an abundance mindset and that you're just another guy. You're disposable. You don't have the leeway to make any mistakes with her or she will get rid of you. So, but you guys let me know what you think about this video. Are there some dating strategies that men should implement or take out? And what do you feel about some of the women and their tactics they use? Peace.